Are you ready to establish an online presence and start marketing your real estate business online? These are the top apps and platforms that you need so that you can make content and marketing easy, simple, and it's all at your fingertips. So let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brayden McKee and I teach content marketing and real estate marketing strategy. And if you are looking to establish an online presence, start marketing your business online, then this channel is for you. I'd love for you to subscribe and follow along. So today we are talking about the top apps and platforms that you need to really dominate when it comes to real estate marketing. And this is going to be a mix of free and paid platforms. And really, when we're talking about these apps and platforms, what I want you to consider is starting to layer in and build up your strategy. You may not be ready for all of these at one time, but as you continue to progress and get better and produce more content and put more marketing out there, you're going to want to add some of these in over time and really have a layered, strong approach where you are really kind of omnipresent. So let's get into the first one, which is WordPress. WordPress, now for me, WordPress is where I host a blog and website, but you can do this through Squarespace, maybe even Wix. It doesn't necessarily have to be WordPress, but I do believe that every single real estate agent should have a website in today's age. I think that having a website is a non-negotiable. If you are marketing yourself and somebody goes and looks you up and you don't have a website, I think that it's going to discredit you a little bit and seem a little bit less professional, or people are going to be wondering if you are a legit real estate agent or real estate team. So if you want to really establish trust and authority, I think having a website is a minimum requirement. And you can do this on WordPress pretty easy, even if you're not very tech savvy. I personally am not very tech savvy, and I understand the back end of WordPress. I can customize it as much as I want. I could bring in somebody who is more tech savvy and, kind of do website development and progression to add in certain things later on. But if I can do it in WordPress, I think you can too. I also think that having a website is really important because you can add in blog and website content, which is going to make your brand more searchable over time. And I think having an SEO component long term for your brand is really important. One of the ways that I was extremely successful within my own real estate career was being able to successfully blog about relocation, moving to the Phoenix area, and things to do in the Phoenix area. And some of those blogs are still ranking in search and on Pinterest today. So having long form written content and content that is going to attract people in who are looking for information about whether that would be relocation, moving, buying, selling, you can be the person to be found by them, and having a website lets you do that. Okay, next up, I have Instagram and Facebook. So while these are two separate platforms, they are owned, together, same ownership, and a lot of what goes on my Instagram also ends up going on my Facebook because of my settings. But this is for social media content. So whether that would be nurturing your existing audience or maybe running a group or trying to attract a new audience, for social media, I believe that Instagram and Facebook are critical, especially if you're a residential real estate agent and you are wanting to work with your sphere of influence, your friends, family, past coworkers, people that you went to college with or school with, right? You want to stay connected with them on Facebook, and you want to attract new local people to your area and nurture those people on Instagram. So some of your audience may be on Instagram, some of them are on Facebook, and some of them might be on both. But having content on Instagram and Facebook allows you to continue to nurture people over time with your social media content, stay engaged, and create more conversations that could end up leading to that person asking you about real estate or choosing to work with you or at least meet with you for a consultation about buying or selling their home. Next up, we have YouTube. Now, you may be internally kind of cringing or being like, no, don't tell me I have to make YouTube videos, but just hear me out. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world, right after Google. And the thing is that when people are on YouTube, they are very specifically looking for information and content. And typically, these people are planning for a big purchase, a big decision, right? So, whether that would be relocating to your area, maybe buying a house, maybe selling a house, or investing in real estate, these are people who are very intentionally searching for information. So by you creating content that they're searching for already, you are meeting them where they're at. And these people are in research mode. So they want that information. They don't want just a 20-second video or a 10-second Instagram reel. They really want to know about what they're thinking about doing. If that's the relocation, they want to know about the area. They want to know what it's like to live there. What are the pros and cons? Maybe showing different areas, right? If they're thinking about buying, what do they need to know about buying? How do they prepare? If they're thinking about selling, what can they do to upgrade their home? What is the market like for sellers right now? What is the market doing? Do they need to wait? Do they need to move fast? These are all things that people are looking for information, and they're looking for somebody that they can trust, that they can potentially work with. Now, not everybody that comes across your YouTube videos is going to work with you as a real estate agent, but if you can establish that trust by providing them high value content, it doesn't have to be super professional. You could hop on Zoom, record frequently asked questions, and post that on YouTube, right? Nobody's expecting you to be a professional videographer, but YouTube is a platform where you can really establish your authority and build trust with somebody. And the great thing is that when somebody's watching you on video, it's almost like being directly in front of them, having a conversation with them. The brain sees it very similar. And it just establishes a level of trust so much quicker because YouTube video is typically longer than these short form videos. And that means that somebody is more likely to trust you when you have a library of content that they can consume, and they may be more willing to work with you based on that factor alone because you have provided them so much. I believe that really strong agents and teams are going to be producing at least 1 to 2 YouTube videos a month. Now, if you want to do more than that and that's your strategy, you absolutely can, because you can always break down these video clips on YouTube into shorter pieces of content for Instagram and Facebook, and using them in your email to drive your email list back to your YouTube channel. There is so much that you can do. And I would even argue that if you're a really busy agent or team, or you really want to be busy, that if you just record 1 YouTube video a week and then have that published and chop that down and repurpose it for all of your other content, you don't need to do much more besides maybe Instagram stories. Now, that's a different topic for another day, which we can totally cover. Just let me know. But, I believe that you do really need to be on YouTube, and that it is a powerful tool. If you're not utilizing YouTube and video content, please, I would just encourage you to really consider that for your brand going forward. Okay, for the last content or social platform, it would be Pinterest. Now, if you have been on this channel, you already know that I am kind of a Pinterest nerd, and it is one of my secret weapons, I feel like, especially in the real estate industry, because there are so many agents that are not using Pinterest marketing. But Pinterest is also a very large search engine, and I have been able to use Pinterest to attract a new audience of people that were searching for information about my local area and drive them to my website and our YouTube channel. So if you are looking to kind of do something that's a little bit different and not as competitive in the real estate marketing space, incorporating a Pinterest marketing strategy, or at least repurposing your content onto Pinterest and then driving that traffic back to your main content sources, is a great way to continue to grow your audience and even grow your website traffic or your YouTube traffic. Okay, let's talk about how I create content. One of the biggest tools that I'm using right now that I am so happy that I found, and I'm not sponsored by them, I don't have an affiliate link for them yet, but that would be Descript. This is where I am recording and editing my YouTube videos, and then also creating social media clips from my YouTube videos. So Descript is a really awesome tool because it makes editing your YouTube videos and then taking that and turning these long form YouTube videos into vertical clips for Instagram or TikTok or even Facebook so simple. They have templates, and you can take out filler words, when I say all the time, or if I'm trying to think about what I'm trying to say next. There's so much that you can do. And like I said earlier, I'm not super tech savvy. And this was one of the hardest things when I was in real estate full time and I was editing our own YouTube videos. I was using other programs, and I kid you not, it was taking me so long to edit the videos. And for some reason, those other platforms were just so complicated. And not being tech savvy and not really understanding the technical terms for editing, it just made it so much more difficult. And so Descript honestly is so simple for me, and it may not be for me, there's probably more editing that I could do to my YouTube videos, but I'm just hoping to one day soon be able to completely outsource my editing, give that to somebody who is just, that's like their thing. But for me, Descript just makes it so simple. It saves me so much time. My process for recording to getting the video published now with Descript is so fast, and it also gives me templates and ways to break this content up and put it onto Instagram or put it onto TikTok if I want to repurpose it, especially because I'm trying to make YouTube one of my main platforms in addition to my blog. So with that, I think that if you're looking to start recording videos and putting content out there, especially if you want to just kind of focus on putting YouTube videos out there and then chopping those up and putting those shorter clips on Instagram, Descript makes that super simple, and I would highly recommend it for you if you're looking for a recording and editing software. Okay, next is Canva, and I want to say that this is another thing you have to pay for. You have to pay for Descript. You have to pay for Canva Pro. You can use Canva, but Canva Pro is like $13 a month or something like that. So it is so affordable, and I use Canva Pro at least 4 to 5 times a week. For me, this is a non-negotiable because when you have Canva Pro, you can upload your brand colors, your fonts, your whole brand kit. You can save templates and resources, and it's so simple. So whether you're making social media graphics, or templates or resources for print marketing, flyers, postcards, brochures, there's so much that you can do. If I'm making a YouTube thumbnail, if I'm putting together an Instagram reel cover, I'm using Canva Pro and my Canva account for all of that. And when it comes to other things besides just marketing your real estate business, let's say you have an open house or a new listing. Well, I have an open house kit template, right? I have this template available for purchase. And if I go and share that with somebody, they can go and edit the template, save it into a whole folder just for the open house materials. So that's going to have their Facebook event cover in it. It's going to have their Instagram post, their Instagram story. It's going to have their Facebook post. It's going to have a LinkedIn post. It's going to have a flyer, an open house sign-in sheet, an open house feedback form. And you can save that all to a particular folder and then label it. So all of that just makes it organized and simple. And so now if somebody has that template, they can go every time they have a new open house and just edit it with the photos and the text and specifics about that property, and everything else is already ready to go for them. So if you're looking to speed up certain things like that, marketing your open houses, marketing your listings, putting together print materials for farming, having Canva Pro and having your folders and your brand kits set up saves you so much time. I literally was working with a client a couple weeks ago, and she said, you know what, I'm literally in Canva all day and I need to be doing other things. It's just taking me too much time. And she didn't have her brand kits and everything set up. So if you're looking to make everything you want to be more efficient with your marketing, Canva Pro is going to help you do that. And I think that this is one of the most affordable investments you can make into your real estate marketing today. Last but not least is Flowdesk. Flowdesk is my email service provider. So this is where I both capture email and I send out email. So I capture email addresses with their landing pages, and then I create emails and my email newsletters and my email workflows within Flowdesk. I really like Flowdesk because it is a very aesthetic and visually appealing platform. All their templates and everything is set up. It looks really nice. It's also incredibly easy to use. Again, when I'm looking at a platform or an app, I want something that's going to be friendly to somebody who understands that they need to create content and they're good at that side of it, but is not very tech savvy. Like if you're talking to me about code and behind the scenes and data and things like that, like that's you've gone over my head, right? So Flowdesk is so simple. And I will say, like, if you have a feminine brand or you're a female entrepreneur or a female real estate agent, I do feel like it's going to appeal to you and your brand probably a little bit more, but I could be wrong. Again, it's simple, it's easy, it's really pretty to look at when everything is said and done. And so for me, that's what I like about it. I also like that I can customize templates. I can share templates with my clients, so I can make the templates in my Canva or I can make templates and workflows and everything within my Flowdesk account, and then I can share it with them as a template that they can then use for themselves. So that's a new feature, and it's just, I like it. And I like that I can also capture the email contacts with landing pages, and there's different types. There's a link in bio one, there is full page landing pages, there's landing pages and email captures that you can embed onto your website, pop-up forms. So I like that there's different options there within the Flowdesk features. And the other thing is they're not charging you when you get higher email subscribers. It's the same rate every year or every month depending on your plan. And so you're not having to worry like when your list grows that you're paying more and more and it's like this exponentially increasing cost. It's a flat rate every single month or every single year. That is one thing that I really appreciate, because why do you want to be penalized for growing your email list like by your email service provider? You don't. So for me, that's a huge pro. Now, could that change down the road because they are still newer? Maybe, but for right now and for as long as I've been using them, they haven't. Now, if you do want to get 50% off of your first year of Flowdesk, I do have a code that's going to be down in the description. You can grab that, but I would recommend it. Even if you're not going to use that code, you're going to go monthly, I still recommend it for you. And I have looked at other platforms and considered like, should I change? I'm just always keeping an eye out to kind of know what's out there. And for me, I don't want to be charged more as I grow my email list, because that feels like a punishment for doing what I'm supposed to be doing in my marketing. So these are the most used apps and platforms that I'm using pretty much on a weekly basis. And for me, these are not something like I didn't start with all of this. It kind of just added on over time. So again, if you're kind of newer as a real estate agent or newer to establishing your online presence as a real estate agent or team, I would say, start with one and then kind of get used to it and work it into the mix. But again, like some of these are for posting the content, some of these are for creating the content. So there's two different like categories within it all. But if you have any questions about other tools and apps and resources that I use to market, for real estate marketing and for content marketing, just let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer. And if you haven't, go check out my email 101 video. This is going to be everything you need to know to start and grow your email list. And this is going to be really good if you're looking into starting content marketing. Email marketing should absolutely be a priority, no matter how new you are to online marketing and content strategy. I think every single entrepreneur and real estate agent should be starting their email list from day one. So thank you guys, and I will see you on the next video.